Though this is the lowest budget ever to be used for such celebrations, and though that this is encompassing all the 3 regions, but we still want to tell Malawians why we're still celebrating, why we're still using the meager resources that we have. First of all, this is a budget that has been so strict, and we are only spending in areas where we can't do otherwise but to spend. But at the same time, 6th July is our own day. There's no country that doesn't celebrate on their own independence.
Minister of Information Gospel Kazako says the government has announced the cause for the commemoration for transparency. On her part, Minister of Health Kumbize Gandodo Chibonda says the 3rd wave of COVID-19 has hit the country with numbers increasing every day. She has further expressed concern that Malawians continue to relax in observing COVID-19 preventive measures. Apart from the 3 cabinet ministers, Minister of Tourism Michael Usi and Deputy Minister of Local Government Halima Daudi were also present at the press briefing.
Media Institute of Southern Africa Malawi chapter has accused police in Likoma district of assaulting a journalist, Oliver Malibasa, while on duty. Malibasa works for Likoma Community Radio Station and was on duty covering demonstrations by Likoma Secondary School students yesterday, and he was then assaulted and arrested by the police officers according to reports. Mr. Malawi has since said that 20 journalists have been assaulted from January 2020 to date, with most of them at the hands of the law enforcers. Patience Lunda has a report.
In a statement released on July 1, 2021, Mr. Malawi is asking the Inspector General of Police, George Kainja, to discipline police officers involved in the assault of the journalist. Mr. Malawi says the journalist was hit on the chest with a gun, detained for 2 hours before being released unconditionally. Mr. Malawi chairperson Teresa Ndanga, in an interview on Thursday, expressed worry that since last year, no police officer has been reprimanded and disciplined for assaulting journalists, despite raising concerns with the IG and the Ministry of Information. Ndanga said the continued attacks to journalists is a direct violation of media freedom as provided for under Section 36 of the Constitution.
It is quite sad that we continue to see such cases. We have been registering our concerns with our line ministry and the police IG's office. We have been assured in the past that the Malawi police will be dismissed police officers who assault journalists because it is a crime. But we have not seen that happen. And Oliver's assault is kind of a reminder that we are not seeing a reformed police officer as far as their conduct is concerned towards journalists.
On Thursday, the victim, Maribisa, said he is experiencing chest pains following the continuous hitting on his chest with a gun. Reacting to the development, National Police spokesperson James Kadadzera said the incident will be followed for proper action.
Some political parties in the country have missed the deadline to comply with the Political Parties Act. The parties had until yesterday to do so. Registrar of Political Parties Chikumbutso Namelo has since announced the extension of time to July 16, only for parties that requested for such. Feston Malekezo has details in this report.
11 non-parliamentary political parties were the ones who petitioned the Registrar of Political Parties on May 18, 2021 to extend the deadline for compliance to the new Political Parties Act. Some of the parties are People's Progressive Movement, Mbagwaku Movement for Development, Debeko, Mafunde, Umodzi Party, New Labour Party, among others. The Registrar of Political Parties, Chikumbutso Namelo, could not indicate the date parties which failed to comply with the tenets of the law would face the chop, saying the exercise is a process.
This is going to be a process. Now that they have submitted, we're going to examine their applications. If there are issues, we're going to communicate with the concerned parties and then only then are we going to issue the parties with a registration certificate. Now, let me emphasize that the point of this exercise is not to deregister the parties.
Secretary General for Motsi Party, Thomas Kaumba, says they were given 4 weeks, which ends on July 16, adding it is enough for them to comply with what the law requires. Kaumba says on their part, they are done with the application. What remains is for them to submit it. Political commentator Ernest Tindwa says politicians who always back laws that are in their favor, casting doubts that many political parties will not comply with the Political Parties Act. With the Act, which came into force in 2018, political parties are supposed to declare their source of income, submit financial reports, disclose names of their donors, and pay 1 million kwacha as a registration fee. Malawi has over 60 political parties.
And the Non-Government Organizations Board has launched its website as part of the government's public sector reforms agenda. More in this report by Rebecca Chimjeka.
Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Gender, Social Welfare and Community Development, Rosalini Makumula, says the launch of the online platform is part of reforms the board has undertaken to transform the operations of NGOs in the country.
We have always had a problem in coordinating the NGOs. We have a lot of NGOs in Malawi, but it was really difficult for them to be coordinated amongst themselves and also for the ministry to coordinate the NGOs through the NGO board.
Presidential advisor on NGOs, Martha Kwataine, says time has come for the general public and all other stakeholders to access different convenient services from the newly launched digital platform, including financial statements from NGOs in Malawi. NGO Board Vice Chairperson Nina Ngambi says the platform will provide user right to 3 officials per organization that will be allowed to enter their information.
We've been having information which was not adequate to provide all stakeholders, including ourselves, to make decisions, but also to know exactly what the NGOs are doing in this country.
NGO Board is a government body that regulates the operations of non-government organizations in the country.
Wezi Gausi reading that report compiled by Rebecca Chimjeka. And commentators say Democratic Progressive Party's victory in the Nkhani Central by-election should be a wake-up call for the Tonse Alliance. The political commentators say the result shows that the former ruling party still has some influence. In the poll held on Tuesday, Democratic Progressive Party's candidate Simon Mvua Kaunda won with 5,439 votes against People's Party candidate Ralph Mohone's 5,222. Feston Malegezo has a report.
Political commentator Wanda Funkuche says the triumphing of Mvua Kaunda is an indication that Democratic Progressive Party still has influence in the northern region.
That's a message to Tonse Alliance that some people in Nkhani Central are not satisfied with what the government is doing, so they have to take note of that.
His counterpart, Ernest Tindwa, says through Mvua Kaunda's win, the DPP has scored a point that they can still attract some supporters.
The Tonse Alliance should be worried to let that seat slip through, go back to the DPP. It is a seat they should have taken, but then that sends the message that all is not well for the Tonse Alliance. They need to put up their socks if they are to retain the popular support that they had.
The by-election was being conducted after the Supreme Court of Appeal overturned the 2019 parliamentary poll in April this year. The seat was being held by Mvua Kaunda. Mvua Kaunda's rival Mohone was being supported by Tonse Alliance partners during the campaign period. Gabriel Chiwa of United Democratic Front trod third with 13 votes in the tightly contested election.
A group of young people who recently graduated from the Polytechnic, now Malawi University of Business and Applied Sciences, MUBAS, has developed an application to fight gender-based violence. Through the application, people will be able to report gender-based violence cases and access support and counseling from experts. The application will also help young people to access sexual reproductive health related information through cell phones. Eric Msikiti has a report.
The application comes at a time when Malawi has seen a surge in cases of rape, defilement and other forms of violence against women and children. Bahadi Piri is operations manager at Link Systems, a firm which has developed the application.
So they'll be able to report where they are, what they've experienced, and then IPAS and the people behind the system will be able to manage these cases and make sure that justice is being done to the individuals.
The innovation topped the list of various others in a competition called by Sexual Reproductive Health Advocate, IPAS, early this year. IPAS called for development of applications as part of efforts to solve challenges young people face to access sexual reproductive health and other health-related services. Pansi Katenga is IPAS Malawi country director.
We tend to be scared of technology, but I think this has demonstrated that if we harness it and we embrace it, it can save us a lot of time and resources. And equally get the assistance that young people need.
Speaking earlier on, National College of Information and Technology Principal Florence Matewere said information communication technology remains central to national development.
We're talking of, for example, health, agriculture, infrastructure development. You cannot do without ICT. So ICT is very paramount in as far as development of this country is concerned.
It has taken Link Systems about 3 months to come up with the application, which has been approved by the Malawi Communications Regulatory Authority, MACRA. People will now be able to report or access information through a short code, *380#.
That's the news for now, but before we go, the headlines again. President Lazarus Chakwera has called for bold steps in ensuring improved food systems and security in Africa. Mapeto and Malawi Revenue Authority employees have failed to take plea in a tax and fraud and money laundering case. And in other news, the government has announced 244 million kwacha will be used for this year's Independence Day celebrations. Remember, you can get more on these and other stories by visiting our website www.times.mw, liking our Facebook page Times 360 Malawi, and following us on Twitter at Times 360 Malawi. Remember to wash your hands regularly, observe social and physical distance, and mask up. Stay safe. You've been with me, Ronald Mpaso. Have a lovely night.
Sompenya amalawi watukula Malawi 2063 akale wosimira pae ufika 2063 akale wokomera aliyense achinyamata tikwirane manja watukula Malawi achinyamata tikale patsogolo watukula Malawi Malawi wosimira pae Malawi wokomera aliyense Malawi 2063 kusinda dziko lathu mokomera aliyense.
Great! The chips is ready. It's so fast, unlike using charcoal or electricity. Charcoal takes long to light and cook. It is unhygienic and it leaves you dirty. And using charcoal also destroys the environment. And while I was using electricity, it would go off while still cooking. And besides, the cooker was taking too long to heat up, resulting to more time cooking and high bills. All in all, gas is convenient. It's safe and reliable. It can be used anytime, anywhere. It is affordable and environmentally friendly.
Be smart. Use gas today. Gas is safe, convenient, reliable. Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority MERA, regulating energy for sustainable development.
Every single day, life gives us a chance to make smart choices. A choice of having smooth, glowing skin, to feel comfortable, no grease, to stay hygiene and safe from COVID-19. Make a smart choice today by choosing purity products and stay pure.
Mama Lida, mwadzuka.
Ndadzuka. Kaini.
Tadzuka kuno kainu. Komano inu Mama Lida, muti maita ali kuti. Ine rolo jiye sina moni. Pajaro amakhaya kwathu.
Maita lichoke ndi chedzulo. Mpaka na lero maita sakuta sakubwera. Sinzoti mwana wanga ali kuti. Nesi ndikudziwa. Ndikudziwa kapena ndipite polisi.
Mama Lida, ati ukhala muna ali mwazi mphaki mumwemo. Abwera. Unakalima mmawa tiye ndimuyembekezeni. Angopanga manthu nanga ndikafika